Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about finding the surface area of a cylinder. Now, in order to find the surface area of a cylinder, we have to realize what it looks like when we cut it to be able to think about this middle part. Top's easy. That's a circle. We just need the area of a circle, which is area of a circle is equal to pi r squared, and we just got to figure out what r is because pi is constant. But we have to think about this part in the middle that's separating those two circles. So I have a little bit of a visual here that this could be easily a cylinder. It's just it doesn't have a top or bottom, but it's the same idea as this cylinder. So pretend it's just like that one. What happens when we cut this is, let's say we cut it right there, and we can roll it out, and we can realize that the shape that would actually be this middle band is a rectangle. So what's fun about that is that means the area of a rectangle is just length times width. So we just need to know its length and its width. The good news, we already have all the information we need in order to solve this rectangle. So again, we're using this piece of a Post-it to be able to represent the middle part, the one that's separating the circles. So let's take a look. We know it's 3 millimeters tall. What we don't know right now is how long is it. Well, how long it is the same idea as going all the way from here, all the way around, or measuring the outside of a circle. Now that's called the circumference. And that is equal to 2 pi r. So it's going to be key to know what pi is. Or sorry, what r is. Well, r is the radius, and the radius is center of the circle to the edge. So my r is actually 4. So I now have all the numbers I need in order to figure out what in the world is going on, because this r is going to help me find the circumference, which is actually our length. So I can also say this, and then we already have our radius and we already have our width. So let's get to it. All right, we're going to start with 2 pi r. Well, we know 2 pi times r. Well, the r in this case was 4. Now, I know it says use 3.14 for pi. I'm going to leave pi in there till the end. It's kind of like rounding. I do not want to substitute until I absolutely have to at the very end. So here I'm going to have 2 pi times 4. This is just 2 times pi times 4. Order doesn't matter when I multiply, so that means I'm looking at 8 pi. So my circumference is 8 pi. Which means my length is also 8 pi. So now I can solve the area of my rectangle as 8 pi times my width, which was 3. Okay, so that's going to give me 8 times 3, because again, order doesn't matter. 8 times 3 is 24. I'm still keeping the pi. Oop. So the area of my rectangle is 24 times pi. And I'll figure out that full area in just a minute. Now remember, the surface area is the sum of our pieces. So now we have to find the area of the circle. Or sorry, the sum of the area of the circle. Or sorry, surface area is the sum of the area of all pieces. So I have to find the area of that circle. The area of the circle is pi r squared. Well, again, the area of a circle is equal to, same pi r, which was 4 squared. Well, 4 times 4 is 16 pi. So the area of my circle is 16 pi, but realize a cylinder has a top and a bottom. Because these two lines are parallel, that means the circle itself on top and the circle itself on bottom have the same area. So I actually need two of those. So my final look or pieces are, this is 16 pi, this is 24 pi, and the bottom is also 16 pi, or in this case, for this, we have 16 pi plus 16 pi plus 24 pi. And the surface area is equal to that. So 16 plus 16 is 32 pi plus 24 pi, which is the same thing as 56 pi. Now, at this point, I go ahead and grab my calculator, and I do 56 times 3.14. And I'm using 3.14 because it tells me to do it up here. Always look to see if it tells you. If it doesn't tell you what to use for pi, this would be our final answer. Sorry, this would be our final answer. This is called in terms of pi. We would just keep it. But instead, it says use 3.14, which is 175.84. And now I take my millimeters squared. And I'm done. If you have any questions, make sure to either email those to me tonight so we can talk about them tomorrow, either during the lesson or after. Stay safe out there, guys, and we'll see you next class.